Hi, dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. Sorry, I couldn't bring you the cricket report yesterday. I'll be talking about that while I'm going to take you live to West Indies. As you know, the match is very well poised. India probably on the verge of actually getting their first time that they will be actually getting a series win in the West Indies, whereby every time, whenever they have won in the West Indies, it has been 1-0. But for the first time, if they win this test match, this is the first time in test history that India will be beating West Indies 2-0 in their own territory, which would be a great feeling for Dhoni. Now, Dhoni, as you know, what a great captain he is. He has been having a lot of firsts to his credit, and this will probably also add another feather to his cap here. Now, just looking at the score here, as I said, West Indies resuming at the overnight score of 247 47 for 6 have in fact lost two wickets today, and both wickets, in fact, Darren Sammy was caught in the forward short leg of the bowling of Harbhajan Singh for 17, so that was the first wicket to go, and Ravi Rampal was run out for 1 in the same over, so it was a double strike there. And in fact, West Indies have been reduced to 256 for 8 currently. They lead by 115 runs. And Shivnara and Chandrapal is in the middle. Now, what is going to be interesting is whether the tail, like Kirk Edwards, can really give some support to Shivnara and Chandrapal, so that Shivnara and Chandrapal can actually reach his test century. He has really grinded it out. And yesterday, he combined. In fact, right now he's not out on 89 with 5 fours, and Kirk Edwards is not out there on not. They are currently 258 for 8. This is the fifth and the final day of this test series. And well, one has to really see what goes on, how India actually goes about their task. But that's something that we can talk about later. But since I couldn't actually bring you the report, I will just talk about yesterday. Well, as far as yesterday's innings were concerned, it was India were all out for 347 quite early on. Only Dhoni was the highest with 74 with 4 boundaries. Other than that, Praveen Kumar played a cameo there. 23 of 27 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. 12 from Harbhajan Singh. But the main hero who actually had India to restricting India to a score of 347 yesterday, it was Kirk Edwards. 28.2 overs, 3 maidens, 103 runs, and 5 wickets. He bowled a lot of fire and brimstone, and basically he got the victims through the short deliveries. Other than that, as far as the West Indies innings are concerned, I mean, West Indies innings was the talk of the day yesterday, because 347, 143 run lead for India. West Indies were in real trouble. In fact, they lost very early wickets. In fact, at one stage they were 40 for 3 with, first it was Kiran Powell, the debutant, having a very having a very forgettable debut in this test match. He was out for 4, victim of Ishant Sharma. Both of them actually poking the balls outside the off stump. Kiran Powell was gone for 4. Adrian Bharat was out for 6. And Darren Bravo was consumed by Harbhajan Singh. That was a beautiful piece of bowling by Harbhajan Singh. And Darren Bravo actually gave a tame catch to Praveen Kumar at mid-on, and he was gone with the bowling of Harbhajan Singh. And West Indies were looking very, very shaky at that stage, 40 for 3. And well, it was Kirk Edwards and Shivnara and Chandrapal at the crease. And what Kirk Edwards did was something that West Indies will be really proud of. This was a great fight back. It was all due to Kirk Edwards on his debut scoring a wonderful century, 110 with 9 fours and 1 6 that he hit of the bowling of Abhinav Mukund. And Shivnara and Chandrapal, is still there. He's not out on 89. But Kirk Edwards was the talk of the innings as far as West Indies were concerned. What was very good to see was initially he weathered the storm. He was a bit shaky against the short bowling. He was also getting a bit shaky against the spin. But later on, slowly gathered confidence, started playing some pull strokes, started playing some good straight drives. Past the offside, and then finally after tea, he grew in confidence in the company of Chandrapal, and he started stroking the ball very well. And in fact, Ishant Sharma, Munaf Patel, Praveen Kumar, even Harbhajan Singh was a bit surprised, because Kirk Edwards started using his feet against the spinners, and he really played according to the demands of the game. and that was a very, very good fighting innings from Kirk Edwards under the circumstances. 110. It's I mean, I have to give real credit to Kirk Edwards, and probably West Indies are unveiling another person, another player for the future now, and that can only do good for the West Indies. After that, when everything was going well, and from 40 for 3, it was a great partnership. It 161 run partnership between Kirk Edwards and Shivanarayan Chandrapal, and everything was taken away from India, and India didn't know where the wickets were going to come from. But after that, Kirk Edwards was the one who was gone, as Harbhajan Singh came in and struck two telling blows there. First, he had Kirk Edwards caught by Dhoni for 110, and then he picked up the wicket of Marlon Samuels, LBW. But there was a slight doubt about whether it was the right decision. But Marlon Samuels had to go. LBW bowled Harbhajan Singh for a duck. Carlton Bog, gave a very, very simple catch to Mukund on the bowling of Praveen Kumar for 10. Darren Sammy, well, he was out. And after that, Shivnarine Chandrapal was still there, playing time there. And well, they went to close. But today, as I said, and right now, let me give you the score here. The score currently stands at 259 for 8. Fidel Edwards is not. Shivnarine Chandrapal is into his 90s. West Indies are leading by 116 runs currently. I will come to that later. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a brief analysis of the fifth and final one-day international, which took place between England and Sri Lanka, and what an end to these natural series one-day internationals here. It has been very, very tightly contested, but in the end, England won the final close game, and it was a great victory for Alistair Cook, of being the ODI captain for full time of England, and that would have been a great feeling. But let me tell you, one had heart in its mouth, I would say, because what was happening was Lasith Malinga just crashed Anderson for a 6 in the, I reckon it was the 47th over, and Joe Dernbash was the one who actually gave England the victory with 17 runs required of 2 overs. In fact, they had a 16-run victory finally, taking the series 3-2. But Joe Dernbash probably got the first time coming and bowling in a crunch situation in an international cricket match would have done him loads of confidence, as what he did was, first he had a slower delivery, which he normally bowls very well, and dismissed the very, very reliable Angelo Matthews, who could have definitely taken Sri Lanka to victory, but Angelo Matthews was a victim there, fooled by the slower one from Dernbash, and Bresnan took the catch. He was gone for 62 of 64 balls with 6 fours, and then Lasith Malinga got something that he bowls to all the batsmen, and this was Dernbash serving one of Malinga's Yorkers there, really spearing it in, and Malinga was absolutely castled, and there went the victory cry for England, and England were absolutely joyous, and they won this match by 16 runs, and thus winning the natural series 3-2. As far as the match is concerned, what were the main things to be seen here was there was a good partnership between Jonathan Trott. In fact, England were 95 for 3 when Peterson left. In fact, Damika Prasad bowled very well. It was very surprising that Damika Prasad, who actually came in place of Dilhara Fernando, didn't actually bowl later. He had 6 overs, no maiden, 2 for 26, and there was some good bowling from Suraj Ranadive, right arm off spinner, getting a fiver for the first time in his test career, and his best figures in his test career. Bowled superbly, 10 overs, no maiden, 42 runs and 5 wickets. He bowled very well, and Damika Prasad said I was surprised that he couldn't bowl further in the match there. Kisbito made 43, Trott made 31 of 35 balls, 3 fours. Trott was the highest scorer. In fact, Jonathan Trott was the man of the match for actually holding the innings together, along with it was Ian Morgan who was looking. He made 57, gave him good company of 60 balls, 2 4. This was a time when the England innings was revived by Jonathan Trott and Ian Morgan. Kevin Peterson failed for 5. And if you see the thing, after that, the Ian Bell was out for 4. Samit Patel, who came in place of Stuart Broad, made only 8. Tim Bresnan was out for 6. And that's it. And England actually, after being revived by this partnership from Morgan and Trott, couldn't really take it on further. 268 for 9 was the final tally there. And as I said, Suraj Ranadive, right arm off spinner, 5 for 42, 1 to Dilshan. Malinga got taken for runs, 10 was none for 60. Now I would talk about the Sri Lankan innings. Sri Lankan innings didn't begin well. They had a debutant Karunaratne who couldn't really go on. He made only 4 as an opener. Tilakane Dilshan had a dismal one-day series, failing once again for 4, hoiking a ball from Bresnan onto the deep, and Dernbach actually taking the catch there. And then the only thing, Kumar Sangakkara was there, who made a very good 48 of 75 balls. Jayawardene was very early victim today of Anderson for 9. But there were 3 persons who played very well after that, if I would say, because it was Dinesh Chandimal once again showing he's the player for the future for Sri Lanka by not only doing that, he attacked the bowlers, he hit Bresnan for a straight 6, then he hit spinner Graham Swan for a 6, and he was looking very, very dangerous at that point. But he was out for 54 of 64 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes. And the score at that time when Sangakkara left was 131 for 5 in the 30th over. And it was very crucial that Angelo Matthews and Jivanta Mendes, the person, could actually put up a partnership, and that's what they did. In fact, they revived the Sri Lankan innings. Not only revived, they did all the hard work and took the score on to 233 in the 47th over, and Sri Lanka would have expected that they could have won the match. But also good credit to Jivanta Mendes for playing a very good hand, 48 of 53 balls with 4 fours. Angelo Matthews 62 of 64 balls. But they did all the hard work. They, as I said, the match was really seesawing at the time, whether it is going to go England's way or Sri Lanka's way. But as long as Angelo Matthews and Jivanta Mendes were there at the crease, it all looked like it was Sri Lanka. But Jivanta Mendes was out for 48. Anderson took his wicket. Suresh Zandave was out for naught. As I said, Joe Dernbach turned it all in the 48th over, actually picking up 2 vital wickets there. One is Angelo Matthews, the well set 162, and Suraj, and it was the other Lasith Malinga, who was clean bowled. And well, that left England victorious by 16 runs, and they went, okay, I think my great broadcast is coming to an end, so I'm just going to give you the final score here. 259 for 8 West Indies. Currently India lead by 116 runs with 2 wickets remaining, and well, it looks like India should actually take this series 2-0 for the first time in the annals of Test history in West Indies. That's it from me, your host Ram, for Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram signing off. Thank you.